Here we are in part 2 of the documentary. Loads of the footage has found its way to the cutting room floor, otherwise it would have just been too long. But I've tried to give an honest account of everything that's gone on. And I did say, win, lose or draw, this was going to be my last one. It's Sunday, 13th of October, exactly 1 week on after fight day. I deliberately left doing any footage until now, not least of all because Rachel and Callum are on holiday. As you see, I've got no Callum strapped to my chest today, so they're away on holiday to Ibiza. I hope it's nicer than this. As you can see, it's pissing down. My hair's going to be a right mess. But also the reason I wanted to leave it for a week is to let the euphoria of the fight settle down and try to give as honest an appraisal of the fight camp as well. I mean, it's difficult not to be subjective when you're talking about yourself and you're doing a piece about yourself. I'm going to be as objective as possible. So everything that's in this documentary, as it was in part 1, is going to be the absolute truth as I see it through my eyes. Just being as blunt and honest as I can about everything. The whole fight, the performance, the fight camp, everything that's gone on. As for the fight itself, believe it or not, 2 weeks gone by and I haven't actually watched the fight back properly yet. I've had a little skip through some of the footage that was on my GoPro, and I've had a little bit of a look at the video that Dodgy's done live on Facebook. Not all the way through. I haven't really had time since I've been back. I've just tried to be with the family and try to forget all about fighting. I've been to the gym. I've done a bit of teaching, and I trained in yesterday's class. Was for the first time. It's the domsiest I've ever been after a fight, and as the days went by I got more and more sore every day, and new injuries seem to be popping up here and there. Maybe it's got something to do with age, I think, but definitely the sorest after fight experience I've ever had. It's all settling down now, and as I said, I trained yesterday on Saturday, not with any intensity like I have been in recent weeks, but it was an alright session and I quite enjoyed it. It's good to be back. As for the fight, first of all, I want to say that I'm really proud of myself and Mark Smith. I think we put on a really good performance when you think about the age of us, and not just that, the fact that we've been out the ring for a long time. So like, the ring rust did show, that was obvious, but I thought that between the two of us we did a really good job, and I'm quite proud of us. The fight itself though, as I remember, it didn't quite pan out the way I expected it to. I knew Mark was going to pressure. I said all that there in part 1 of the documentary. I knew what to expect. My plan was, in the first round, to get on the back foot and just be light on my front leg, and as he came in, to just stop him with lead leg front kicks. Just stop us, you know, no scissor step, no push forward, just let him run at the front kick. It's a little ploy that I've used many times in the past, and it generally gives you an easy round. If you try this out in the gym, put a body belt on and invite somebody with a glove on to try and jab you, and just keep them off with your lead leg front kick. You can't go to stand on your back foot and just pick the lead leg up. Don't look for any scissor step, no coming forward. The person trying to jab you will come forward and impale themselves on the end of your front kick, because it has to be a lead leg, by the way, because your leg is longer than their arm. Unless they're freaking really a hell of a lot taller than you, your leg will be longer than their arm. So let them try to come in and jab you and stop them with a front kick. And you usually find in a 2-minute round, the score usually ends up being something like 18-2, 18-3 to the kicker. Try it for yourself. Reverse rolls after, to make sure it wasn't just a fluke and that you're only just better than the other person. But keeping them off of that lead leg front kick really works. It's a ploy I've used many times in fights, and I use it just for the first round really to frustrate my opponent, to get my kick count off, because in full contact you've got to throw 8 kicks around. Nobody really applies that rule anymore, but if you're not continuously kicking, you're not going to win the round. So it helps you get your kick count off. It frustrates your opponent because you can't really get past it. Maybe they try to kick themselves as they're scissor stepping, they run on the end of your front kicks. So there's a little tactic that really works, and because I'm quite good at it, I thought I'm going to do that for the first round. It's going to give us an easy round. I'm not going to expend too much energy because it's not physically hard to do. but I just couldn't get the timer off. It's probably more down to how well Mark pressured. It's kind of one of the things he does. He doesn't give you thinking time. He doesn't give you space. He doesn't give you time on the ball. He robs that away from you, and he's in your face. And I just couldn't get my lead leg front kick in working off, so I abandoned it pretty quickly. I tried it a few times. It wasn't working, so I just went into my backup plan, which was just to have a rope with him. Try to keep it as long as possible, because I knew he just sort of swamps you. And he's really difficult to cope with, and he was really successful with it as well. I remember after the fight thinking I was way ahead on points in every round, but the little look back that I've had showed us that I wasn't really all that true. I believe I would have won the fight on points had it not been stopped for the cut, but the rounds were certainly a lot closer than I remembered them. There was things that I wanted to get off on the fight. There's a few set pieces that I'm really good at, that I teach to my students, that I try to get all my fighters to get working for them. And I wanted to get those working for me. I wanted to showcase them, because the fight for me, I think I couldn't have illustrated this more, wasn't so much about winning. Obviously I'm not going to be there to lose, but winning was not as important as enjoying the experience and showcasing my skills. That was what I really wanted to get out, and getting into shape. Of course, priority one was to get in shape again, and to rediscover my enthusiasm for the sport, because it kind of went a little bit stale for a while. And but you know, I wanted to get all these set pieces off. I definitely wanted to land some spinning hook kicks, and it just didn't happen. I was not given time on the ball, and that's really testament to Mark's pressuring. And I remember as we sat down after the fifth, being really tired, and my cornerman went, "How are you feeling?" And I went, "I'm knackered." And they went, "I guarantee you he's more knackered than you are." And I could see that he was, and I'm not really taking any solace in that. I just knew I was still going to go out and graft. No matter how tired I was, the experience that I had from the 30 and 50 man cumulatives taught me that no matter how knackered you are, you've still got something in you. You can still throw shots. No matter how fucked you think you are, you can still work if you really want to, if you force the issue. And my plan was to go out and force the issue. And I still had it in mind to try and land them spinning hook kicks. Possibly even a jumping back kick, because it's Dick is silly to move. And I knew Mark was going to throw one. I knew we would have to try it. And he did throw one. It didn't bother us. I'm not sure if it landed properly, but I just do remember him throwing one, which I expected him to do at some point. But I thought, 6th round, I'm going to throw my jumping back kick, because believe it or not, my jumping back kick's all right. But I definitely want to get a spinning hook kick off. I definitely want to get some switch hitting off, and I think I did get one little switch off at some point in the fight, but I might be just flattering myself there. So it remains to be seen when I actually look at the footage properly, and I'll give a commentary on it. And I guarantee you that my commentary, my appraisal on the fight will be as honest as possible. I'm not doing this to blow smoke up my arse. One of the reasons I've actually done this was to show fight fans or friends of fighters what a fighter has to go through to be in shape. Have you got a friend who's a fighter? Kickboxing, boxing, MMA, whatever, doesn't matter which style. If they ask you to come and support them, they're not saying, "Come and watch us if you can be us." What they're really saying, though they might be a bit too proud to say it this way, is, "Please come and support me. It means a lot to me for you to be here in the crowd supporting me. I've worked my arse off for the best part of 2 months and denied myself the little pleasures in life, like having a drink or actually eating the foods that I enjoy. I want to showcase my skills for you, and your voice in the crowd will give us confidence and spur us on a win. So before you blow your friend off and go and do the same tired old shit you do every weekend, or tell me too skinned and then go and piss 100 quid down an nightclub toilet, think about what it actually means to your friend, the fighter, and give their invitation the same respect and consideration that you would if they invited you to their wedding, because for some fighters it really is that important to them." Now, I've been posting that little statement on Facebook for years, and fighters and promoters up and down the UK have pinched it and used it, and I don't mind that, because I think it's really important that friends and family of fighters give them support and turn up and give them some encouragement And one of the reasons I made this little documentary is to try and give an insight into the trials and tribulations that fighters go through. I mean, obviously it is the fighter's choice. Nobody's making them do it, they want to do it. But it really is a big deal to them, you know what I mean? And if they're your friend, then you should support them and get behind them. You know, you say to your pal, will you come and watch this fight? It's on a month's time at Point or wherever. And your pal goes, oh, I'll definitely come watch you. How much are the tickets? 25 quid. Oh, I'll be there. And then you ask them, have you got any money for your ticket? You got any money for your ticket? The weeks pass on, they give you one excuse after another, and then they just avoid you. And then sometimes on fight day, they pest you, oh, can I have that ticket now? And you know, on fight day, you've got mental preparations to do. You've got things to sort out for yourself. You want to get your mind into the fight. You don't be chasing your mates, bringing tickets to them. Do you know what I mean? And selling the tickets. Your fighters usually get a bit commission, a bit $5 or a $10 a ticket. And for most fighters, that's all the pay they'll get. They're not in the sport for the money. They're never going to make a fortune out of it. But you know, it'll help pay for their training camp, you know, their gym expenses, buying a new pair of gloves, getting some food supplements, some protein and the like. So every little helps, and you know, you want your mates there shouting for you, but you know, you do get a little bit of commission off the ticket as well. Sometimes it can be a right pain in the backside chasing your mates who promise you faithfully that we're going to come, and I know they mean well and they don't owe you anything, but still at the same time, the whole process of doing this documentary was in part to try and get people to appreciate everything that a fighter goes through. So when you buy that ticket and you turn up, and most of them are going to come just because of your pal. No, I'm not really into kickboxing, but you know, I'll come and watch them. And then when I get there, for the 6, 8, 10 minutes or whatever that you're fighting, they're emotionally embroiled in the fight. They actually fucking love it. They get more excited than you get about your fight. And I just wonder, you know, have you forgotten that the last time you mate fought, how much of a cracking night you had? Or it wasn't sitting down your local like you normally would do. But have you forgotten how cracking it was? Have you forgotten what a mint experience it was when you come to watch Dodgy fight? How elated you were for him when he won his fight, and then you went out and celebrated with him after, you know? And so part of the reason why I've done this little documentary is to try and get friends of fighters, family of fighters, to appreciate a little bit more what the fighters have gone through to be in shape for your entertainment. And I know it's their choice, but you know, I think hopefully I'll shine a bit of light on this, and you'll appreciate your fighters a little bit more. rested for sparring into my fight, which is week today. Taking hour this week in training. All the hard work's done now. All the sparring certainly done. Hopefully next week we're in fresh and I'll feel fantastic for it.
I'm pleased with how sharp you've come on. You've squared there, you've done me nose, which I'm not happy about, but you know, these things happen. But you look sharp there, and I think you're ready. I'm really looking forward to next week.
He's my mentor, Gringo Harrison. Thank you. Been a great morning sparring again. You're looking sharp. Well done, mate. You've got yourself into great shape. You're gonna have it. This is David Press.
Irish Jimmy.
Irish Jimmy, Sons of Anarchy, undeniable. Michael Gilbertson has been one of the most difficult people to spar. The trickiest sparring partner I've had in this fight, that's for sure. Gil, what's your secret?
Don't know, mate.
What do you have for breakfast?
Cornflakes.
With the side order of Paul Grieves. So here we are, Wednesday before fight day, so Sunday is the fight this week. On Monday night I had a cheap meal from a local takeaway that shall remain nameless for now. And while I was eating this chicken tikka wrap, I was busy on Facebook at the time, so I was engrossed in that and I wasn't really paying much attention to the chicken, so I did notice that the lumps of chicken were bigger than normal. I wasn't enjoying it. It tasted the same, but it was a bit rubbery, but it just wasn't registering up here for some reason. And I got near to the end, and normally I can demolish that little cheap meal, which I have probably about twice a week. I can demolish it in one another one. But I got near towards the end, the last couple of bits of chicken, and I was like, I don't even want this. And I stopped and I had a look at it, and I think that the chicken was raw. It wasn't cut into small pieces like it normally was. It had been sliced through, but not all the way through. And when I opened up the chicken, it just took the sauce off, and it just it didn't look right. And lo and behold, I've had the shits ever since. Now, the last time I had food poisoning through uncooked chicken, I was ill for about 8 days, really, really ill. And kind of a little bit concerned, because I have got the shits really badly, but I haven't got the really bad stomach, the gut-wrenching pains that I had last time. And whilst I do feel flat as a fart, that could be just down to the last push of training. But you know, if this does end up costing us the fight, I'm not making excuses, but if it does, then that takeaway's got a lot to answer for. I'm going to have them in some serious trouble. We're out. Thursday before fight day. I've still got the shits. I think I definitely had a touch of food poisoning, but I haven't had the crippling gut pains that I had last time I had food poisoning. But still, not nice. On the bog all the time, feel really dehydrated and weak. I trained last night. It wasn't a great session. I felt a little bit untidy, a little bit lethargic. I'm going to train again today. I've got a day load on and a few students to teach or private sessions on. I think I've got 5 or 6 private sessions with students today. I'm going to do my own little workout, nothing too severe. And then tomorrow is pretty much a day off. Apart from one kids class, I'll have a stretch with the kids class tomorrow, which is Friday. And then that's it. No more training. I'm really much of an appetite, even though I'm still weighing at 87. Weight's just sticking there a bit like. But hopefully it'll come off. The shits might help. He ain't heavy. It clearly was like it's killing me back. He just seems to be much heavier when he's asleep for some reason. When he goes limp like this, it feels like a proper dead weight. It pulls it forward on my back. Oh, wake up, you little shit. Still Thursday before fight day. On my way to the gym now to do a couple of privates and then do a little bit of my own personal training. I really don't feel up for it. Feel like shit. I've been up for my early morning walk, which normally takes us about 45-50 minutes. It was just shy of an hour this morning because I had to stop for a sit down about halfway around. Just feel knackered, lethargic. I know that's a food poisoning or just really need to wind down with the training, or I'd be fatigued, or if it's a combination of both. But feeling flat as a fart, not very enthusiastic about going to the gym. I'm going to go up and get it done. I'm probably, my workout that I've got it done, that I'm doing today is a day load. I'm probably going to coast that. I'll do it, but I'll coast it. And then I'm going to do another little shorter workout tonight. I've got, I think, 3 privates in from 4:30 onward, and then I've got a little short workout of isos and punching. Obviously I'm going to put everything I've got in that. It's important to do that way. But then tomorrow, just really looking forward to a day off tomorrow. You check my weight, I hope my weight's down. I'm hoping to have dropped to about 85, I hope. Just so I can eat something, do you know what I mean? I feel flat as a fart from not really eating. My meals have been tiny. My weight was coming down great at the start of the fight camp. I'd cleaned my diet up a lot, and obviously been training hard. You've seen the footage. Still training hard, and I've dropped my portion sizes right down, but the weight's just sticking now, which is a little bit fucking depressing, because I'm putting the effort in. I want to turn up there and be over 85 if I can help it, though. I spoke to Dicker the other day and he said, nah, I'll be alright if you're a little bit heavy. But I don't want to do that, you know. It's not very professional. But that's where I'm at today. Not feeling great. Still mentally positive upstairs about the fight. Just this few days is just shit. Just a shit few days. Can't wait for them to be all. I wish I was just down there now, getting it done.
It's burning up, it's burning up, and I can't see the end. My time is up, my time is up. It begins to make sense into the nightfall, into the night for a broken man. He is wounded as he sees me. The color returns. Don't blow this, hold my cover now. War is over, hero soldier down.
Still got shit. Still Thursday, by the way, before fight day. Still got shit. But despite me winching earlier on about feeling flat as fuck, I've just done my D load, and it wasn't too taxing at all. I didn't expect it to be, wasn't meant to be, but apart from a little bit of burn in the very last round, didn't really feel much. But because my weight is still sticking at about 87, I jumped on the treadmill and did half an hour of steady state, high-end aerobic, it felt like. First run I've done in absolutely donkeys, and didn't feel too bad at all. So my aerobic fitness is good in spite of doing no aerobic training today. And the reason I've done steady state today is that it's close to the fight, and while I was thoroughly warm off the deload, I thought, right, I'm warm enough to burn fat, so I'll jump on and do the steady state and cash in on that, on the fact that I was already warm and ready to burn those fat calories. So hopefully it shaved a little bit more off. I mean, Dicker did say I'll be alright coming in at 86, which I'm still hoping to do, but in all fairness, to be professional, I would like to make the 85. You know, it's only fair to more. That said, like, I've had a stack to get off, you know what I mean? I started this fight camp at 98 kilos and had a week in Spain in the middle of it. Yeah, I did train a bit while I was in Spain, but I was still on holiday with family, so I did have a couple of drinks and we were out for meals and stuff, so I couldn't always get salad and stuff, you know what I mean? So I did put a kilo back on that week in Spain, and I've sort of been stuck. I mean, I've been shaving it off steady, but I had sticking points. I stuck at 89 for a while, trained hard, dieted, just stuck there for a while, and then it come down to 88 and stuck there for a while, and now I'm sort of kind of stuck at 87. If I jump on the scales now, I've got no doubt I'll be like probably 85 points, because I've sweated buckets over the last hour. Well, that's just dehydration. That's false economy. So anyway, until tonight, over and out for now. I've not been bothered much by nerves on this fight camp. I think it's because when I used to fight, I always felt that I carried the burden of the reputation of Spartan Gym with us. But we've got, you know, now we've got the likes of Dodsey, Ryan Foster, Ryan Forth, Sam Marshall. You know, you've got people that are going to carry the reputation of the gym on for years to come. You don't need an old fart like me, and nobody gives a shit whether I win the fight or not. This is one, it's all just it's just for me, really. So the difference this time is there's no great expectation for me to win, and I don't think anybody really actually gives a fuck apart from me. And I'm just there to enjoy myself. And I've already kind of won because I've already got what I wanted out of the experience. I got fit, I got back in shape, I rekindled my love for fighting, and I've already got the benefits of the training camp. The fight is just the cherry on the cake now, and I'm really actually looking forward to the fight. It's going to be hard. I expect it to be, because like Mark is. He's world class hard, and I haven't seen him fight for years. He'll be even better now than he was before, and he was always a handful. It's always just mental, like. But still really looking forward to the fight. Win, lose or draw, I think I'm still going to be proud of myself anyway. So all of that really doesn't matter. Still though, I mean, there have been, when I came sparring last Sunday morning was probably the first time that nerves really bit in. And there'll be times when I'm at home sat there with my wife, but I'm actually quite vacant because I'm thinking about the fight. So, you know, you have to have a world-class missus really to put up with you during fight camp, because a lot of the time you're not there, you're busy training, you're late back from the gym because you're doing extra bits and pieces for yourself. And when you are there, you tend to be emotionally vacant as well, because you're thinking about the fight, stuff like that. So like I said, it hasn't stressed us out this time, but still, partners have got more to put up than you actually realise, and they have to be really selfless and a bit of a saint and very supportive of you. And Rachel's definitely been that for me, because she sort of allowed me to get on with things. And we've obviously got Callum now as well. So when you've got a child, that's even more so. You know, I have to put my hands up and say that I've leaned on Rachel quite heavily in the last 2 months to, you know, and I should have been spending more time with Callum, but I kind of had to just get on with the training and be a little bit selfish, because fighters have to be selfish. They've got to put themselves first, they've got to put their needs first. And what I've tried to do is you see in the sprints I've done up the hill with Callum, I've been out for you know, I take the band out for a walk every morning, a nice long walk, so I'm spending time with him while I'm getting a little bit of fitness in. I don't do road work, I don't do runs. Well, sorry, I did one today for the first time I've run in for years, and it was only because to squeeze a little bit of weight off. There's an explanation for that on another video, so you'll see that anyway. But no, I think hats off to wives and girlfriends and boyfriends and husbands of female fighters. Not to be sexist, partners have got they play a bigger role than fighters actually ever give them credit for. And so thank you, Rachel, for being so supportive and for giving me the time that I need to do to get ready for this fight. And it's, like I said, it's still Thursday, so a few more days to go, so probably a bit more shit to put up with from me. But then Sunday I'm going to be down there and hopefully do the business. Looking forward to it.